Here is our John Deere 2025R 2016 with just under 650 hours. Bought this used from a guy off Facebook earlier this year, right after we purchased the house. We're going to need it for the winter. We need it for a lot of projects around here, as you'll see in a minute. But I've already put about 100 hours on it myself. We got a lot of trails to do. We got a lot of travel to work to do. We put in a pool with this thing. It's already paid for itself, and it's going to continue to pay for itself. But come on, let's go, and I'll show you what we're up to today. When we purchased this property, whoever originally built this house back in 1997 had beautiful rock work. This was all rock. It was all landscaped and beautiful, and I'm sure someone put a lot of work and money into it. However, it got overgrown, neglected over the last, 15 years. And it's time to remove because it's really hard to mow around. So come with me today as we continue to move this rock. And then we got to move to the other side as well. There's some over there. We're moving all this rock and all this dirt and everything, and we're going to use it over here down this way to make a trail. We already started a little bit, but my plan is we're going to come back in here this winter, or even this fall when everything kind of starts dying off, and I'm going to clear all this out. We're going to purchase a brush hog. I'm going to clear all this out, and we own about, 500-600 yards that way, and we're going to make this all into a shooting range. The reason we can do that, well, first off, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, and it's hard to tell on camera, but this is a giant hill. We're about, 50-60 feet down from the top of that ridge line up there. Whoever owned this property before was an avid hunter. There's random old deer blinds and old deer, homemade deer stands up in trees that are falling down and dilapidated, and they need refurbished. So at some point this year, we are also going to be hunting this property. Deer season isn't for about another month or two, so we got a little time to go. But for now, we're going to start clearing all this out, making a path over here so we can get the tractor over here. And that's where all this rock's going, so we can fill in this old creek bed that only really runs when it's really pouring down rain or snow melt. So hopefully it lasts, but if it doesn't, we can redo it. So come on, let's go move some rock. Unfortunately, we're running out of time today. Got more of the rock moved though. Wife will be a little bit more happy. Hopefully tomorrow I can get the rest of this all cleaned up, that and this, and then maybe even start over here. It's coming along over here. I think there's a wide enough path now for the side-by-side to fit, but we got a lot of trees to cut down before we can get the side-by-side over there. It rained a little bit last night, so all this stuff's packing down pretty good. Pretty happy with it so far. I need to move or figure out what I can do with this. This is part of our septic line. Our house is about 200 yards that way. So I don't know what good this vent pipe's doing. I'm not really sure. Gotta look into that more. But we got some more rock added over here, and you can tell I've been mainly adding stuff over here. I take the dirt out afterwards and go over top of it and smooth it all out so it's not lumpy. But my thought is, even if we get a lot of rain, all that big rock is underneath this dirt. Hopefully it just goes right underneath of it. Otherwise, it might get washed out and we just add gravel or something to it. Like I said, it doesn't really do much unless it's like a torrential downpour for multiple days or the snow melt. So we'll see how it abides by this winter. But I think that's it for today. Duty calls. Got to go back to normal life. All right, it's the next day. We got a little bit longer to work today down here in this project we got going on. Hoping to get all this rock picked up today and at least put back there. Might not be pretty today, but hopefully we can get it all picked up and get this all graded out. Alright, so this is how we're going to leave it for now until I put the back blade back on the tractor. I got some other projects I want to do before I have to put that on there, because it's going to involve the back blade too, but not right away. And if I put the back blade on there, I can't get into as tight of areas as I would like to, because we're going to have to get over there and do some back blading to get some of the brush out of there. But overall, pretty happy about it. Came along pretty good. A lot of loose stuff right here that I'm definitely going to need a back blade to get some of the rocks out. But the whole goal of this was just to be able to mow it. I wish I had pictures of before, but this was all landscaped. All landscaping rock, all stacked up. I'm sure at one point it was very beautiful, but it definitely wasn't for the last about 10 years. It used to look like this over here. I already took the rock out from over here when we moved in, but there's a rock wall that actually goes right along here that you can't see. It's under the brush. So it's really hard to mow any of this. Plus, this is all swampy. So I need a brush hog, get this all out of there, or weed eat it. It's a pain in the butt to weed eat though. There's wild onion, there's wild garlic all in there. You get all stinky. But no, pretty happy with it. I think it's on to the next stage, which means we're gonna go back over here. I think today I'm just going to mark what I want to do, but I'm going to go back over here and clear out the trees. I'll take you back there. So this is where I've been putting all the rock and all the dirt from the ditch. County doesn't care that I was doing that to the ditch either. They often, we're right on the county line, so they hardly ever even come out here in the first place, and they actually kind of thanked me for it. So. But no, we're going to come back here. I'm going to mark some of these smaller trees to get rid of. I want this all cleared out. The road's right over here. I still want some trees going down the side, so it's still private, but I'm gonna clear out all these little trees, keep the big ones, clear out all the little ones. I want to put a shooting range over here. We're gonna go into the hill this way. Remember, there's like a, I don't know, 40-50 foot drop off right here, so we have a backdrop to shoot. It won't be a rifle range, it'll be more of a pistol range, which is fine. We might be able to set up a rifle range somewhere else on the property, but for now I just want to get it all cleared out and see what we can do about it. It's actually really pretty down here. There's a creek. It's dry right now. It really only rushes in the winter after the snow melt, but give you some serenity back here. I don't know if this was ever cleared out by anyone else before. I mean, I cut up a lot of these trees already just to get back in here, just to see what was over here, but this might even be a good area to do some hunting. There's water over here. There's a creek, a lot of cover. There's commercial hunting land across the street. And up above there is the food plot. There's a landing, which I haven't showed you guys yet, but there's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 acres up there that's all cleared out. Used to be clover, but it's all just weeds. But nope, this is gonna be the next project. Next stage of the project. I just had to make that path, get rid of those rocks, make that path over the creek so I can get the tractor in side by side back here. That's it. So, on to the next one.